The story begins with our main character, who is texting his girlfriend, Miyuki, and it seems like she has turned him down. He replies with cheerful messages and good vibes, trying to keep his spirits high. This wasn't just any ordinary day. It was their special birthday date, the one they both put so much effort into planning. He can't believe she said no on such a special day. As he sits there, questioning why he even bothered to get ready, we find out that he finally gathered the courage to confess his feelings to his one and only childhood friend. Just at the right moment, they started dating last Christmas. Everything between them had been going well until recently. Just one glance at her and anyone could see she wasn't just an average girl. Her presence was like that of a star, which is why nearly everyone at school viewed her as the ultimate beauty queen. Eiji himself felt incredibly fortunate to be with someone like her. He was patient, respectful, and their relationship had been progressing slowly. They hadn't even shared a kiss yet. However, this time, something felt different. He knew Miyuki would never usually skip a date or avoid spending time together. But today, it was obvious she was making excuses. Even though he was prepared, he chose to go to the restaurant they had planned. He figured it would be pointless to return home. After all the effort he put into getting ready for this special day, he navigates through the busy streets until he arrives at the spot where they intended to watch a movie together. He imagined how the date might have unfolded and vows to himself that this time he would finally make a move in their relationship. Eiji had always been careful to keep her at ease, never pushing her boundaries or exploiting her trust. As he brushes aside the thoughts tempting him to behave differently, he strolls down a nearby street. There, the atmosphere shifts, music fills the surroundings, and couples are openly cuddling and kissing all around. He realizes he has stumbled into a love hotel district not far from where they were supposed to meet. The sight makes him blush with embarrassment, and he quickly understands that this is nothing like the date he had imagined. His mind drifts into a fantasy. He imagines their relationship suddenly speeding up, perhaps even stepping into a love hotel together while picturing her blushing face. His own cheeks flush, and just as he is about to leave the area, he hears a familiar voice. Behind him, two couples are laughing and playfully teasing each other. And there, in the middle of that scene, is Miyuki, clinging to another guy, leaning against his chest, completely carefree. They seem completely in love, and Eiji struggles to muster the courage to call her name with a shaky voice. Miyuki had told him she was busy at school working on a project and needed extra hours. But the truth is, she lied and was actually spending the day with another guy in the Love Hotel district. As soon as he calls her name, her laughter fades away. Panic spreads across her face, and she stutters his name while Eiji stands there, frozen and gasping for breath. Almost simultaneously, they question each other why they're there. In a burst of anger and pain, he grabs her hand. She instantly screams that he is hurting her. In the blink of an eye, the guy she's with punches Eiji hard, sending him crashing to the ground. He looks up and trying to understand what is going on. The other guy smirks, telling him to keep his hands off his girl. Eiji can only stutter in agony and disbelief. Then the guy goes on, revealing a harsh reality. Miyuki only dated Eiji because he was her childhood friend, and she didn't want to hurt his feelings. He adds that she complained about him, saying how boring he was and how sweaty his hands felt the first time they held hands. Eiji's world crumbles as the guy laughs, saying Miyuki said all this while moaning in his arms. The girl he loved and trusted the most had been mocking him behind his back while spending time with another man. His eyes widen in shock, silently wishing this was all just a bad dream. The guy twists the knife further, saying that if Miyuki still has feelings for her pathetic boyfriend, she can end things with him right now. With a chilling tone, he tells her to make a choice. Break up with Eiji or break up with him. Miyuki suddenly starts crying, acting like victim, begging him not to leave her. She cries that she even went all the way with him because she believed he was the one. She claims she'd die if they were ever apart. As he gently pats her head, Eiji's heart shatters completely. The guy smirks, making it clear to Eiji that he has Miyuki completely under his control. He pushes her to express what she really thinks about Eiji. Through her tears, Miyuki coldly labels Eiji a boring, clingy stalker who suffocated her. She accuses him of being an abusive and terrible boyfriend. Hearing this, Eiji can't believe this is how his relationship comes to an end. It's so cruel, so humiliating, so traumatizing. She cuts off everything between them, warning him to keep his distance and never speak to her at school again. That day, after feeling crushed like an insect, Eiji heads home. His mother and older brother greet him warmly, asking if he's hungry since he left without eating earlier. IG quietly replies that he's fine and goes straight to bed. He lies there, replaying everything in his mind, thinking about how easily they trampled on his feelings. He starts skipping dinners. Every time he closes his tear-filled eyes, he dreams of the two of them together, laughing at him. In his dreams, they mock him for not being good enough for her. He begs for the nightmares to stop, praying for just a moment of peace. Soon, he becomes terrified of even falling asleep. After a while, he finally goes back to school. As he walks quietly, a friend surprises him from behind. EG looks terrible. Dark circles under his eyes indicate he hasn't slept for days. When his friend asks about his love life, AG avoids the question. Ahead, he sees Miyuki chatting casually with her friends. He remembers how she used to call out to him when they were kids. Gathering all his courage, he calls her name. She notices and looks back, saying his name. But before he can say anything, Miyuki's best friend steps in front of him, calling him a disgusting low-life creep. She threatens him, saying she could ruin his life in a moment. AG just stands there, confused about what he has done wrong. After school, he hides under his blanket, the only place where he feels safe. His phone buzzes, and when he checks it, he is hit with a wave of hateful messages. Strangers call him disgusting and tell him to just end it all. His entire feed is filled with accusations, branding him a creepy, abusive stalker who should vanish. Gasping for breath, he throws his phone away as the notifications keep coming all night. The next day, shaken to his core, he goes to school. He enters the classroom, and at first, no one talks to him. But as he sits down, whispers start to spread. Students gossip about him being the worst kind of stalker, a predator. Everyone in class is against him. He tries to speak up, insisting he is innocent. Miyuki's friend bangs on his desk, yelling at him to be quiet. She accuses him of stalking the two celebrities at school and insists that several people can back her up. AG feels all hope fading away. He sits alone on the rooftop for lunch, his eyes dull and lifeless, and learns that his club has stopped activities because of the rumors. In desperation, he seeks help from the club president. However, before he steps into the room, he overhears the members discussing about him, calling him creepy and a mistake to have recruited, suggesting they should expel him. Tears flow down his cheeks. He understands he is fighting a battle by himself, surrounded by endless foes. He turns to his teacher for assistance. But in the office, Miyuki and her friend are already present, claiming he stalked them and made them feel unsafe. Even Miyuki agrees, pretending to be scared. AG runs away, realizing he is in a losing fight that will consume him entirely. The bullies even threaten his parents, warning that if he speaks out, they will target his family. At home, his mother notices something is off and asks if he is all right. He listens silently, then walks away, unwilling to involve his family in this nightmare. He forces a smile and tells them everything is okay. Meanwhile, Miyuki becomes the biggest loser of all. She can't sleep, haunted by the chaos she created. She realizes her life is destroyed, the complete opposite of what she had imagined. Every time she sees Eiji, she feels like crying, but she reminds herself that she doesn't deserve to. It all began when she expressed her frustration about their slow relationship. Her best friend introduced her to a senior Kondo, the star soccer player at school. Miyuki was excited to be around such a popular guy. Soon, his flirtatious compliments and charming words made her feel special. One thing led to another, and they shared their first kiss. She even went all the way with him, feeling guilty at first. Kondo constantly spoke ill of Eiji, and they both fell into something ugly and self-indulgent. Even before he caught them, Miyuki still cared a bit about the date they had planned. But Kondo would often mock her, claiming he could replace her at any moment. After he caught them, Kondo completely dumped her within days. Miyuki lost everything. She hoped Eiji might forgive her, but he changed completely. So, she protected her own reputation and painted him as the villain instead. She cried, regretting everything. Meanwhile, Eiji's suffering only worsened. Students looked for every opportunity to hurt him, labeling him as trash. He walked into class to find the board filled with cruel words and even his parents' location exposed. His world grew darker. His family was now in danger. Filled with anger, he confronts the person responsible. Kondo laughs and mocking him for losing his girlfriend and everything else. He admits it was more enjoyable to ruin his life than to spend time with Miyuki. Smirking, he declares that he loves to destroy people. Eiji collapses under the burden of it all. Later, he wakes up in the nurse's office. Once the nurse leaves, his expression is blank. His eyes are hollow, like someone who's lost the will to live. He realizes that no matter how much he pleads, no one is going to help him. His teachers buy into the lies. His parents are on the brink of embarrassment, and even his cherished club has kicked him out. Eiji breaks down in tears, understanding that he never got the chance to defend himself. Fear and paranoia take over him. Nothing he does seems sufficient. He makes his way to the top of the school, reflecting on how foolish he was to think he could withstand it all. The whispers of gossip sting more than bullets. The rumors flow through him like poison. Sitting there, he remembers every harsh word he's heard over the past weeks. The world feels like a place filled with nothing but human cruelty. He wants it all to end. He climbs the school's most dangerous staircase, ready to finally find peace. As he opens the rooftop door, he freezes. A stunning girl stands there, looking at him with pure, innocent eyes. Eiji doesn't yet realize that meeting this girl will signal the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter where revenge won't be his doing, but rather a consequence of the world around him. As he gazes at her, she shifts awkwardly and asks who he is and why he's staring so intensely. He introduces himself as Eiji, a second-year student. He explains that he came up here to skip class and just wanted to find a place to hide for a bit. Deep down, he acknowledges to himself that he can't openly admit he came here with thoughts of doing something unimaginable. As he looks away, she softly mutters his name, glancing at him for a moment. And that's when we're introduced to our female lead. Eiji narrates how she's the prodigy of the school, considered the best student to ever enroll. Not only did she score the highest on the entrance exam, but her kind personality and captivating beauty made her unforgettable. Practically everyone in the school noticed her the moment she arrived. And as soon as she enrolled, the entire school was buzzing about her. But behind that beauty lies a sharp edge, a viper, as some might say. Ever since she joined, countless boys have confessed to her, only to be rejected so harshly it left a dent in her reputation. She lowers her head and mutters that he really picked the worst time to come here. With a weak, hopeless tone, he explains that there are bad rumors going around about him and he just wants to stay on the roof for a bit. He even asks her to leave so he can be alone. Suddenly, she snaps, her voice sharp, telling him she was here first, so she has every right to stay and no one can just send her away. Then she adds that she's here for something important and that he should be the one to leave. Frustrated and desperate, he raises his voice, telling her to go and worry about the rumors that are spreading about him. Calmly, she responds that she already knows all about those rumors. And with a cold, steady voice, she says that regardless of the gossip, he needs to leave and give her some privacy. She sighs and admits she knows all the labels people have slapped on him. She tells him they're just rumors. No real evidence backs them up. She explains she's never personally seen him do anything wrong, and because of that, she can't condemn him for things others re-accusing him of. She goes on to reflect how society loves to gossip and believe whatever it wants to believe. People ignore the other side of his story, and nowadays they'll point fingers without knowing a thing. It's an old human habit deeply ingrained in our nature. With a sad voice, he asks if she believes him, if his voice even matters. She replies with a mature perspective. It's not about believing gossip or truth. It's about judging a person on baseless biased chatter. She declares that she hates the mindless gossip people spread just to feel better about themselves. For weeks, his life has been nothing but chaos, and he's felt completely alone. But her mature words light a spark in his darkness. If only for a moment, she strikes a cute, confident pose. And as the breeze blows, the heavy cloud over his heart finally lifts. He smiles for the first time in weeks and thanks her for her words. She glances at him and says he shouldn't be thanking her. And besides, he's kind of gross. He chuckles and admits it's hard to explain everything he's been through, but wants her to know he's truly grateful. Suddenly, rain begins to pour and he flinches from the cold droplets. He urges her to find shelter before she catches a cold, but she just stands there, telling him to leave her alone if he's done talking. He looks at her and asks why she just stand there in the rain. She grits her teeth and yells that he's so dense he can't see why she's here alone. When he presses, it becomes clear she's here for her own dark reasons, maybe even the same as his. When he asks why she'd say something like that, she shouts again for him to move along, her voice cracking as she says, tomorrow might never come for her. Her words hit like a landslide. She came here with the same intent as Eiji. As she walks toward the fence, he yells for her to stop, but she's done with everything and keeps moving forward. His shouting only irritates her more, and she screams for him to get lost, declaring she's here to end it all. He quickly grabs her arm and pulls her back. and the two struggle near the weak fence. With one wrong move, it could collapse. As he yanks her closer, she trips and they both tumble to the ground. She pushes him away, furious, accusing him of being obsessed with grabbing people. In a trembling voice, she asks why he even saved her. He warns her firmly not to take another step. The rusty fence could have given way in an instant. His serious tone makes him forget why he came up here in the first place. She mutters bitterly that sometimes helping someone is just a waste. Then he says if she's going to die anyway, she should at least spend one day with him. It's a childlike request that leaves her baffled. She confronts him, asking if he even realizes what she was about to do. He admits he came here for the same reason, and that's why he pushed her earlier. In a gentle voice, he adds he never thought he'd end up saving such a cute junior. Hearing that, a little warmth seeps into her heart. The rain pours harder, and for the first time she lets out a genuine, beautiful smile, admitting life can be more painful than anyone imagined. Relieved that she's safe for now, they both smile at each other under the storm. When the rain finally stops, he stands and suggests they find shelter. As they leave the rooftop, a new chapter in their lives quietly begins. He offers her a handkerchief to dry off. She hesitates at first, but he insists and she takes it. He ends up staring at her a little too much, and she warns him to cut it out. When he keeps glancing, she says this could count as harassment. Realizing that could ruin him, he quickly looks away and she mutters that boys are all the same. Then she smiles and asks if he has any kind of plan now since he invited her to skip class. Surely, he has something in mind. He admits he said that out of desperation and had no actual plan. Laughing, he jokes that it sounds like something a delinquent would say to a girl. This time, she bursts out laughing, her smile radiant. Seeing her laugh for the first time leaves him stunned. He recalls all the gossip he's heard about her. Even she's surrounded by rumors, mainly that she's cruel and rejecting boys. She often tells them it's crazy to date someone you barely know and that most are just after her looks. Reflecting on this, he realizes how often the rumors about people are completely wrong. After a while, she returns his handkerchief and thanks him. As he takes it back, her stomach growls like a mini explosion. Turns out the prodigy is starving. He rummages through his bag and pulls out a rice ball, offering to share. Without hesitation, she grabs it and takes a big bite. The flavor hits her instantly and she lights up, exclaiming how delicious it is. Thinking back to what she almost did, she admits it would have been a waste to die without tasting this. It's officially the best rice ball she's ever had. He laughs and explains it's actually a popular flavor and there are plenty of others to try. Gently, he says he's glad she got to enjoy it with him. His words touch her heart. She declares she wants to try more. He teases that she'll have to come to his place for that. She freezes and blushes furiously, but eventually agrees. As they head to the main gate, they find it locked. She panics, unsure how they'll get out. She considers climbing over, but hesitates because she's wearing a skirt. He says there's no other way she'll have to climb. She snaps at him, refusing to jump in a skirt. Laughing, he tells her they'll use a hidden door instead. It can only be opened from the inside, but he knows the trick. She asks how he knows this, but he brushes it off. After all, top students don't know every secret of the school. He grabs her hand, thrilled to lead her out. A moment later, he realizes he's holding it too tightly, and she points it out. She says it's uncomfortable and that in a movie, this might seem normal, but in real life, it's a bit much. Switching to princess mode, she proudly declares she's never held a boy's hand before, and he should feel honored. He blushes, wondering why his heart is racing. Then, they run together. A security guard shouts after them, but they just laugh. And in that moment, they leave their pain behind and step into a new life. Eiji has finally found someone willing to move forward with him.